Hello, Singaporeans. Firstly, I will make a brief introduction of myself. My name is Ben Puah from Red Dot United. I am an artist. I am also the winner of the prestigious President's Young Talents 2001. I have participated in more than 100 art exhibitions, exhibited my artworks in Singapore, Iran, Australia, Germany, Japan, USA, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, London, Malaysia, China, and Philippines. My artworks are collected by private individuals and public institutions, including Singapore Art Museum, National Institute of Education, Vietnam Fine Art Association, and Ministry of Sustainability and the Environment, and the list goes on. In 2005, I founded Colours of Life, officially opened by President S.R. Nathan, that focuses on community arts events and fostering cultural communities in Singapore. Colours of Life provide a new perspective on collaborative art as a transformational force to strengthen community and enhance well-being. I also provide free art enrichment workshops to underprivileged children and orphans with disabilities who will otherwise not be able to afford them. My art events were supported by President S.R. Nathan, Low Yen Ling, Baey Yang King, and my overseas art events are supported by our ambassadors, consulate generals in Vietnam, China. And for nearly 2 decades, from my interaction with the people in my community works, I understand very well from ordinary Singaporeans their worries, hopes, and dreams that Singaporeans had for their future and the future of their children. For GE2025, do you know the PAP had approached successful people to consider joining politics, and some of us say no and has continued saying no to the party despite repeated overtures? Singaporeans must know, today more and more high caliber individuals are joining the oppositions, and me, Ben Puah, to join the opposition. I think the PAP know that, and they are panicked. PM Lawrence Wong also admit it is hard to persuade good people to enter politics. I should say, today, not many good people want to join the PAP. And of course, the PAP will not tell you more good people are joining the opposition parties. We are joining opposition parties like Workers' Party, Red Dot United, Singapore Democratic Party, Progress Singapore Party, and I hope Singaporeans must give your full support to these opposition parties in GE2025. Vote them into Parliament. So, in GE2025, lack of good people, there is a great possibility that the PAP will still get the same group of people, ex-SAF generals, lawyers, government scholars, former principal private secretaries to PM ministers, and today, Singaporeans know very well that this group of people can make mistakes too, and often in ivory tower can't see the ground, doesn't know it's getting harder for the people to find jobs in Singapore, and Singaporeans are struggling to make ends meet. So what's the reason for us, these so-called successful people, to join the opposition parties? I give you a good example. Still remember what Nee Soon MP Louis Ng had said when he joined PAP? He said, I have seen that things can change when we work from within. But from what we have seen so far, all Singaporeans know very well that it is near impossible to change the PAP. I have nothing against Louis Ng. He had proposed and pushed for some good things. But like all of the PAP MPs, he agreed with almost all bills proposed by the PAP in Parliament, and some are not doing good for Singaporeans, such as GST hike, public transport fare hike, etc. And the list goes on. So let's not play with words. It's impossible for Louis Ng to change the PAP if he wants to work from within. Do you agree? People know Ben Puah is not a yes man. I will speak up when I see something is not right. I joined opposition party Red Dot United and hope to bring change to improve lives of Singaporeans. Some ask me about the impact it will have on my family, my career, whether I will get fixed. I understood their concerns. In fact, I had the exact same thoughts myself. Then, I asked myself these questions. Do I believe that it is healthy for Singapore to have a handful of people from the same political party deciding what is the best for the country? Do I want a future for my country where my children dare not responsibly disagree with the government and speak their minds because they are afraid of being fixed? Do I think that our current policies and policy making processes are perfect and there is no need for improvement? My answer for each one of them was no. I do not want a future where our leaders tell us what to do and think. Now is 2025. More and more Singaporeans understand there is a shadowy group of keyboard warriors, PAPIBs, whose mission is to counter viewpoints online that disagree with or criticize the PAP government policies. And this bad behavior only make more Singaporeans dislike the PAP government. In the past, Singaporeans just don't know a new government could make life better for them because they do not have something to compare with. Because PAP rules Singapore since our independence. But today, Singaporeans are smarter and they know very clearly that today's PAP 4G team is not the old PAP. Singapore's PM Wong and PAP ministers are the highest paid in the world but can't perform to the highest standard. Some say most of these PAP ministers will not go far if they are in the private sector. Do you agree? Also, a very important matter that all Singaporeans must know. Did you notice those pro-PAP supporters, PAPIBs, will always ask opposition how they fund their proposed policies and ideas, but they never ask PAP government or PAP minister how they will fund theirs. Don't you think it's laughable? To them, the PAP government is their God, always perfect, never do wrong. Okay, let's not play with words anymore. It seemed that nobody dared to criticize or to ask the PAP government tough, constructive questions. Just look at all those interviews and forums with our PM and PAP ministers. Most people were asking ministers questions with predictable answers, and rarely anyone will ask questions back on the minister's reply. They will accept all the replies by PAP ministers. They are an insult to our intelligence. What do you think? And look at our mainstream media's role and its relationship with the PAP government, private sector, and the people. Our two media entities, SPH Media Trust and MediaCorp receive plenty of public funding. That is enough reason for us as a people to take an interest in what we are being fed every day in form of news content. An uninformed and an uncritical citizenry is unable to play a useful part in a national conversation. What do you think? I believe 2025 will be a year of change for Singapore. Please vote wisely in GE2025. Just because the PAP rules Singapore since our independence, you want PAP to run Singapore forever? Are we one of those communist states? Singapore's political system should not be a dominant one-party system, but rather one where there are alternative voices in parliament and diverse views can be heard on any issue. In GE2025, we must think seriously for our lives, our children, and our grandchildren's future. Many of us know very well that this present PAP 4G team is not the PAP of the past. I want to tell this PAP 4G team, if you have to carry on talking about PAP's past achievements, then you aren't actually successful. Lastly, I would like to invite all of you to follow my official Facebook page, Ben Puah Pan Jia Ding. Please click the link to go to my Facebook page in the comment section. I hope all of you will follow my Facebook page. Thank you for the great support. I am Ben Puah from Red Dot United. Have a nice day. Thank you.